Good day, viewers. Welcome to Vision Savers TV. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button. It's free. Like and share to get notified of our updated videos. I am Treasure Emmanuel. Today, 21st of October 2022, I bring you updates. The atmosphere has changed in the tertiary institution as the good news of ASU emerges. In the light of this good news, the president and founder of Vision Savers Global Outreach, Uche, who is delighted and have encouraged his team to keep up their vision of sensitizing students on the menace of social vices, such as cultism, drug abuse, ritual abuse, addiction, thuggery, violence, rape, indecency, to mention but a few. In this regard, the Team Vision Savers Global Outreach has kicked off sensitization of incoming students of various institutions at every post-UTME examination and matriculation ceremony. Stay tuned, we'll be right back shortly.
Shun cultism. Mind you, this life is just once.
Yeah.
If you die now, you cannot come again.
I want us to join forces together to tell these youth out there to say no to cultism. Everyone out there listening to, you have every right to say no to cultism. Say no to cultism. And say no to social vices.
Vision Savers, we are the light of the world.
Welcome back. We'll be taking a live responses from parents and students at Abia State University post-UTME examination premises. Stay tuned.
Hello, good morning, viewers. This is Emmanuel Uche from Vision Savers TV. Vision Savers TV is an arm of Vision Savers Global Outreach, an anti-cult NGO that is responsible for the ongoing all-state school-to-school campaign and sensitization on the menace of social vices such as autism, rape, drug abuse and addiction, indecency, and thuggery, and lots more. Today we are live at Abia State University, Uturu, and today is just a divine arrangement that the school is having their post-UTME examination today, and some of us, our parents, we brought our children for the exam. Now we want to use medium to interact with parents and our friend here. Our parents, one of the parents here is Pastor
Uche Jesse.
Pastor Uche Jesse brought his son to school to write aptitude test. And we know that in the country today, especially in the high institutions, cultism is everywhere. Thuggery, rape, indecency. You bring a child that will come to school to study, and the person will end up becoming a cultist. It's not the wish of every parent, and some of them that are even into the cult is never their plan. Some of them we are deceived. Some of them we are, cajoled to join the cult against their wish. And I want to believe that this your son have not been in the school before. He have not been in the university before.
No.
Throughout the secondary school, it's possible he lived with you in your house.
Sure.
But today, he's living away from you. You don't know what will fate will be, except in the hand of God, which I know you've committed into the hands of God.
Sure.
So, what do you have to say about that, sir?
Oh, well, thank you very much. From my little experience, also coupled with the backing in the scripture that says you should train up a child in the way he should go. These things are practical life dealings.
Yes.
I grew up with my parents. I lived away from them. I discovered that the truth they told me was what guided me away when I wasn't with them. And the same thing I have been able to inculcate into my own son, making sure he's very close to me and is open to me. In fact, the relationship we have created has bonded that there is nothing secret that is kept. One of the problems that parents have with children, it's not because the children don't want to say things, but by the time they don't create that relationship for the children to like get back to them, life is all about feedback. He's coming to school, he has to come back with feedback to tell me things, he's going through. Now, this has to do with how you train up your child. Train up your child is not just quoting scriptures. It's about creating a bond, a relationship where he's not afraid of you. He's not afraid of anything he's going to do to come back to you to tell you that I actually did this. Yes. And once that is created, it will be difficult because whether we like it or not, he's going to have friends. He doesn't know their background. He doesn't know what they are involved in. And some of them want to cajole him, like you said, and tell him certain things. But based on the fact that back home, these issues have been dealt with, he has been told, we've discussed it, he has seen the outcome in the life of other people. So he ordinarily is not set to get involved. So if anybody is trying to cajole him, either by trying to, threaten him into it, because that's what they do sometimes, or try to win him with gift or whatever into it, he will have the confidence of coming back to me to let me know that this is what he's passing through. And then as a parent, I know better how to handle the situation. Because one, his safety is very important. One of the reasons why children are afraid is because they threaten their safety. So, but when he knows that he has a father, he has a parent who care about his safety and will do everything to protect him against such social vices, then he will be free to come back.
Wow. Honestly, I'm impressed. I think I have a few questions to ask you, but before then, I want to hear from my friend here. I met him here too. He's not a student. He graduated from this school.
Okay.
But he made himself available to direct us, to lead us to this course, so that we know the right for to write our exams. I remember when I was in school, I'm sorry to say this, I was a cultist. Time of active tests like this, we do then in regards, we do also come to offer help so that is a trick to get them closer to us so that they will like us. And this, my brother, I met today, did the same thing but in the positive way, because then in the school we still have some fellowship members who also come to direct people to the right hospital. Where we also came as sheep in wolf clothing to do the same thing. But he's here today and he brought us to this place. He has graduated. And sir, we want to know your name.
Okay, my name is Destiny, Woko Destiny.
Woko
Destiny.
Woko Destiny, happy to have you in Vision University.
Thank you.
And you're a graduate of this school.
Yes.
How is it like to graduate from this school without being involved in any social vice? Is it possible?
It's not like normally it's not by your grace, it's by the grace of God.
Okay.
I entered ABSU when ABSU was still hot. That was 2015 when the court of 14 was a problem. You come to classes like this and they take your phones, assault girls and all that. Before you know, lectures, the school will just dismiss and you go back home. Even as you are working, you have to be conscious. You have to be conscious of the place you go to. You can't be free. You make sure that before it's 6 o'clock, you are at your lodge or your hostel, so that you'll be at the safer hands.
There's no freedom of movement.
No freedom of movement. But thank God our visit then was able to bring the military to the school. They were able to at least calm things down to an extent. Now a student can at least move freely. You can press your phone freely. Then you don't move with your phone. You leave your phone at your home, then come to school. After school, you go back home.
Was that bad?
Yes. So then when I came into school, I had one or two people that came around. I was like, okay, I should come, that you're giving me assurance that after school I will get work, money.
So they actually approached you to join them?
Yes, they approached me to join them. But I somehow, how I'm experiencing all this because of the street I grew up with in Owerri there. spit bath precisely. So I somehow experiencing all this. I know their tricks.
Okay.
You get. So I just ignored them. Then I was acquitted with one security man, which I had to let him know what is happening. You get. I didn't get to tell my parents any of this. Like he said, a parent is have to bring a child the way the child, when the child grows up, you won't deviate from the way they brought you up. My dad then, yes, I knew that yes, all he was doing then was to bring me up so that at least I'll be well mannered and all that. But I didn't really have that interaction, that fatherly to son interaction with my dad. I couldn't really tell him things that bothers me and all that, because he always small thing, he bring out his cane, he flog us, wire, all those things. He
Scaring
started
you away.
that fear in us. It was
Okay.
my mom I could walk up to and say one or two things. But a situation like this, despite your relationship with your mother, I feel the father is the best person to tell such a matter to.
Yeah.
You get,
Yeah.
I feel the father is the best person, because he too, he was a boy
Yeah.
before he became a man, and he passed through the institution too, probably at least through the society, and he must have experienced one or two things like this. So yes, he will know how to follow the way, follow the process and all that. So God was with me, and I moved through the 4 walls of the university. Feel it from that day till I left the school. I didn't have all these embarrassment, hey, your phone, all those things and all that. Yeah, so, well, I give thanks to God that made it possible.
That's good. I'm so happy for you. But
welcome.
one of the things I want to ask you is, what do you think that propelled them into coming to you in the first place? Because I remember in those days, remember I told you earlier that I was a coach.
Yes.
As a coach, there are certain things we see in the life of a student.
Mm.
We will know that this one, if you are not one of us, you're actually interested, you're really interested, you want to join. So is there something that maybe a character or a mode of dressing or a circle of friends, what do you think that propelled them into coming to you in the first place?
You are right. Your mode of dressing can bring them to you. Maybe the way you present yourself,
Okay.
the way you present yourself, like um,
No,
maybe
excuse me. Let me put it this way. I'm not talking to, I'm not referring to everybody generally now. I'm
yes.
using you
Okay,
as a
me.
case study. You told us that they came to you,
Yes.
but God made it possible for you to overcome.
Yes.
Is there anything in you that made them come to you? But before you answer that, we are going for a short break right now. We'll be back in a moment.
No problem.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Say no to cultism. Shun social vices.
Shun cultism. Mind you, this life is just once.
Yeah.
If you die now, you cannot come again.
I want us to join forces together to tell this youth out there to say no to cultism. Everyone out there listening to, you have every right to say no to cultism. Say no to cultism. And say no to social vices.
Vision Savers, we are the light of the world.
Welcome back to Vision Savers TV. We are still on the interactive session with our parents and my friend here. I remember I asked you a question before we went
Yes.
on break.
Yes.
So I think, what are the things that you think that made them to come to you? What are the things? Are you kind of exhibiting some characters or mode of dressing or your circle of friends? What are the things that you think that made them to come to you in the first place?
I'm sure it's not my circle of friends, because then we were all freshers.
Okay.
We were all new, trying to understand the environment. So everyone and the whole environment was new to us. So I would say maybe it was my mode of dressing then, because I when I came into school, the way I dress is this glasses I put on. You get, even while walking on the walkway, people get scared thinking that I am a cultist. You get, they think that yeah, maybe while walking, you see ladies, they will just pave way because while you're walking then in school, you will see a movement. You have to wait, just like on the road when a governor is passing. You shift one side so that the governor can pass. If not, you will treat your fuck up, stuff like that. So that I think was one of the things that this thing. Then secondly, then in our 100 level, we always at least have this get together, kind of a party. You throw my classmate there, you get. So, and we used to have this in a lodge, one of my classmate lodge, which was kind of a deck of so many confraternities. Like the one head then, and frat they call at about Biggie then, late Biggie, sorry, he's late now. Okay, yes, that was where he stayed. So he's late. No, he was short. He was short. Yes, he was short. So that lodge particularly was the cultists there were a lot there, different frats, different confraternities. So I think they will be like, wow, these freshers that always come and maybe with your party, they feel we have money, we flaunt money and all those things. So all those things can also attract you money. Maybe the way you flaunt, the way you spend, maybe like, this guy, they want to get money from you and all that. So they put that fear in you and, you become scared and all that. Some persons might not want to talk, so they'll use that and get that for you. But for me, I would say, it was my code of dressing, my mode of dressing, because if it was money, I was just...
Actually, I got 2 points from your experience. Yes. Number one, your mode of dressing.
Yes.
Number two, you are exposed to your environment.
Yes.
That is 2 things. So I think you have advice for someone out there because you are not a graduate. You know your mistakes, and we also know in the school that they tell us that experience is the best teacher.
Yes. Really.
But I am not a fan of that.
Okay, yes.
People need to learn from our experience.
Yes,
For instance, I was a cultist.
Yes.
I experienced it. He became my best teacher. What about that guy you mentioned that was a cultist? They shot him. Will he be alive today to share his experience?
No.
So you see, it's better to learn from someone's mistakes.
Yes.
So now that you passed through the school, you know your mistakes and all that. So what advice do you have to give to these ones that have come today to write their test?
The advice I will give to them is honestly, they should keep to what their parents told them. Because till this level now, my mom was an inspiration to me. She still is. You get?
Yeah.
In so many things I would have deviated, but I'm always scared of her, kind of a respect. When I remember her, I slack back. You get? When I remember the poem and how things are for her, I said no. You get? Let me not deviate. And also, prayer is another thing. You get? At least try. I know parents who doesn't advise their child to. Let me record myself. No good parents or no God-fearing parent will not advise their child not to always run to God or pray to God. You get?
Yeah.
A pastor who always says, Apostle Joseph Suleiman, say that if there is a man to pray, there is a God to answer.
That's true.
True. So if the child can also try to keep that standard and keep on praying to God and also mind their business, avoid, yes, you will relate with friends, but too much of it is bad because they can also mislead you to do what you are not supposed to do. So keep this in mind, pray to God, especially one. Always remember what you were being told at home. 2, then avoid friends. You get? Then I think these 3 things will lead you out to the 4 walls of the university.
Mind how you dress.
Yes, true. Mind how you dress, like me, you too. Mind how you dress, because it attracts them. Good the way you look, it attracts them. True.
Exactly.
True.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Stay with us while I go back to my friend, my pastor. Sir, you said one striking thing. You were able to build a relationship a father-son relationship, and that is why he's not even afraid to come to you. Peradventure anything happen tomorrow, which we pray it doesn't happen, but
Yeah.
he must have to come to you to confide on you. Why? Because there is this relationship. My brother here say that his dad, that's we are not the same. We are wired in different ways. You understand? His own dad kind of created a fear that he couldn't even summon courage to go to him in the first place because he won't give him listening ears. Even though it's possible to give him listening ears, but that fear is there already. There is a very big gap. You understand? So how are you able to do that? Because some parents are watching this now. They are seeing us. They want to learn. Because I believe that if his father get to hear about this, he will be like, I've offended my son. I need to go to him for forgiveness. So, but your own case is different. How are you able to do that? And what advice do you have to give to parents like you out there?
Well, thank you. I will say I was able to do that because of my own experience with my parents.
Wow.
You know, my father wasn't that close to me, and like he said, my mom was. And I was freer with my mother. Now you find out that sons are closer to their mothers. They are very free to their mothers. So what I did with my own experience, I decided not to become a bully to my own children. In fact, growing up, I kept telling them, I gave them an assurance to the point that I said, even if you are the one that did this thing, you may tell everybody lies. Tell me truth, I will fight for you. But just tell me that you are the one that did it. Then leave the rest for me. I'm your father. Let me bear the responsibility. Okay? Because also agreeing with my father, I think that was one thing I saw him did in an occasion. I remember I was arrested for no reason. I grew up in Warri. I was born in Warri. I grew up in Warri. So I understand what it means to live life anyhow you want to live it. So I was arrested trying to wait for a vehicle. I didn't know the vehicle that parked was a police vehicle. And they took me around to 7. I got to the station by 12. And then the following day, I sent a message. My father came. And one of the police officers said, your son, is among those people that are thieves. And I was in the cell. I heard his voice. He shouted on the man and said, is your generation that is a thief? I know my son. Tell me any other thing.
I know
my son. Talk of any other thing I would tell, but this one you mentioned, he was so angry that they had to calm him down and told him, no, that's not what he means. You understand? So I saw that he came and he doesn't care, even if he was inside the station. So I saw that is a way I was encouraged, all right, to get it. So this is how I also have decided to bring my kids close, to discuss with them. I'm not just a father to them, I'm a friend to them.
Wow.
We shake hands. My first son is also in the university. He comes, he discusses babes matter. See, there is one babe that will say, leave that babe, leave that, you know. He discusses, he's about 16 now.
Wow.
You know.
I think I like this.
Yeah, he comes, he will tell the mom, say, see, you get one babe. The mom will tell me, are you hearing your son? I say, don't mind that babe, he's just looking for, we discuss this. So there is no serious attachment to these things, rather than we pass information.
Yes.
And we make the matter light so that it doesn't see it like, oh, the world is about to swallow him, he's making a mistake. So in the midst of it, we correct the mistakes before they are done.
Yes.
Because the information comes earlier before the deed is done. So with that kind of relationship I was able to create with them, we speak freely. I rebuke when it's necessary. Yes, I rebuke when it's necessary. And they know it's a rebuke of love. Recently, I rebuked the one that is writing exam now. A week ago, I rebuked him. And when he realized, within an hour, I called him. And I said to him, I'm sorry for what I did outside. I wasn't supposed to shout on you outside there. But I'm sorry that I did that. But you know why I did it. He said, Daddy, leave that in. So there's no problem. So that is that. We must have our children, because when I'm a pastor. What am I preaching outside if my own kids cannot live an exemplary life? and it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It's useless because I must first win my home before others. So parents should try as much as they can to have a bond with their. We're talking about fathers. Mothers have the same issues with their daughters, you know. So they should have that bond. They should make these kids believe in them. They should give these kids confidence enough to stand their ground anywhere, especially having told them the truth. Yes, having told them the truth. You should be able to stand to defend them when they stand on that truth. You should be able to listen to them. Because we don't give listening ears.
Yeah.
When they talk and say, shut up, you don't know what you're saying. But they know what they are saying.
You're a boy, you're still a boy.
Yeah.
Small boy like
I'm
you.
more experienced than you. And, you know, recently, both of them came up and my wife was telling me, said, can you imagine these boys are saying, we are old-fashioned. I laugh. I said, you think we are old-fashioned, yet we are still in this generation where the new fashion is happening. We know everything. You understand?
Is that right?
So that's just it. I encourage parents to especially build that relationship. Having because a child can be well trained or can change, can be altered.
Yeah.
But if well trained and given a backup, that backup that I'm always here for you, it will be difficult.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir.
God bless you.
Thank you, viewers, for staying tuned to Vision Savers TV. This session will not be complete if you didn't interact with students themselves, the ones that came to write the aptitude test. But before I summarize, I'll give you another section where I'll be interacting with them. Thank you for staying tuned with Vision Savers TV. We love you.
Shun cultism. Mind you, this life is just once.
Yeah.
If you die now, you cannot come again.
I want us to join forces together to tell this youth out there to say no to cultism. Everyone out there listening to, you have every right to say no to cultism. Say no to cultism. And say no to social vices.
Vision Savers, we are the light of the world.
Good day, viewers. This is still your ever presenter, Emmanuel Uche. We are still on Vision Savers TV in Abia State University through live. We've had a first section where we had an interaction with our parents and a graduate. Now in this section, we are having to meet my friends. From my left is
Prosper Obonna.
Owobina Victor. Please be able to tell Miracle Owa. Yes, they are all here today. My friend here came to write aptitude test, and this one here is already a student, a final year student, and he also came to write aptitude test. Now, Vision Savers are here to sensitize them on what it means to be a graduate, because some of them, they want to be this, they want to be that, but there are steps. You understand? Just like my friend in the right here, I think I'll be having you first. You are a final year student. I want you to tell us so that we'll learn from you how you're able to cope from year 1, year 2, year 3 to this your finals, because look at us, we are just came to write two tests. We've been hearing about social vices in the universities, even in the news outlet out there. We hear them talk about social vices, people killing each other and all that. It's not called for, it's uncalled for. So how are you able to cope? Because some of us are even afraid, but I know that a few words from you will take us to the next level of confidence in ourselves. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Here in APSU is not easy. Firstly, you have to know the kind of peer groups you make, the kind of friends you make here in APSU.
Okay.
You know, the kind of friends you make determine the kind of person that you be within these 4 years that you're going to stay here in school. So, firstly, when you're about to start your 100 level, you mingle with those that will give you advices on how to read and carry out the rules and regulations in the school. Most especially, you make friends that will not be like advising you to join cultists, because they are friends that in the sense that they'll be in their 100 level joining cultism. Like they'll tell you, guy, you need to join cultism so that you will be this one, you'll be strong. Nobody will intimidate you here in school, but you don't know that you're doing yourself. So secondly, you have to know the kind of how will I put it? You have to have a reading interaction like with your lecturers. Then you understand. Yeah, most especially when you're in your 100 level. Try to interact with your lecturers. Make friends with them because some of them might help you in one way or the other. Advise you because they are our second parents here in Abia State University. You understand? They are the ones to advise you. See what you do here in school. See what you not do here in school. You understand? Yeah. Me here in Abia have not been an easy one because I have known the kind of friends I met when I was in 100 level. I met friends that give me advice, guy, you have to read your book. Here is not easy, no matter the kind of school fees you're paying here, because here it's expensive, very, very expensive. After your parents paying acceptance fee 90,000, they'll come and pay your school fees. Some departments are paying, like MedLab, they are paying close to acceptance is 100 and something thousand. You understand? In the sense they'll pay this school fees and acceptance fee, you'll be like misbehaving here in school. After the 4 years, you go out without nothing. So you need to, have that mindset that you're coming here to read your books, not coming here to join cultism or flexing. You understand? Like next week there is matric. Next week there is 28. Some of them are going for clubbing, other activities. Some have joined cultism here. Yes, already. Some have joined cultism, yes. So the advice I'm giving out their students that they should be mindful of the kind of friends they follow. Because the kind of friends you follow determines the kind of person you are tomorrow. Yes, that's my own thing. And more especially, cultism in Apsu is bad. If they catch you in form of doing the playing cultism here, you'll be expelled, and that will be the final stay of your this thing in school here. So, thank you.
Thank
That's
you, my
what I have
brother.
to say. Yeah.
It took you 3 years to be where you are today, and you're actually talking to us from experience.
Yeah.
That's good. And experience is the best teacher.
I don't think experience is the best teacher.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think experience is the best teacher.
Wow, tell us more.
Something must not happen to you before you learn. You can learn from other people's mistakes. So, my own idea, I don't think experience is the best teacher, sir. That is true now. I'm not right.
Guy, listen, you are very, very correct. Experience is not the best teacher.
Yes, it's not the best teacher.
Experience is only the best teacher to the person that had the experience. If you don't have the experience, it's not your best teacher.
Some people can have the experience, still here, they still repeat the same mistake they've made.
Are you serious?
Yes, now.
Wow. That means they've not even seen that as an experience.
That's why I'm saying that those people that made that claim are wrong. Experience is not the best teacher.
Experience is not the best teacher.
Yes,
I think I'm with you on this. I'm with you on this.
Thanks for that.
Okay, having known that experience is not the best teacher, were you able to extract some information from what you just
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Tell us.
Okay, like I said, good morning, viewers. My name is Prosper Bonne. I came to Abia State University. This is my first time coming here. I came for the post-CME. I'm like what my brother here said. He was like giving us kind of advice, how to play a role in the university to avoid social biases like cultism and a lot of more. So with the little understanding I just got from his speech, I might say that the best way to live in the university is to be an introvert.
Yeah.
Because being an extrovert can make you, you mingle with people, and in the process of mingling with people, you don't know the bad ones. You don't know the bad ones. Excuse me. I don't think if I'm making sense. Being an introvert will make you focus on your studies and at least having the priority that you're here to study, not to, because some people now are coming to school to, it's a kind of catching cruise. Yeah, that is it. So what my brother said, I buy your idea, and you spoke out of experience. So
wow, that's good.
I really appreciate.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
What do you have to say
About experience?
No, just you are here for the first time to write a test. You want to study in this school. What do you want to study, sir? Management. Okay. And you already having a picture of who you'll be in the next 5 or 6 years. That is when you must have graduated. Now, I'm here to let you know that there are certain things you need to follow, and that was why I started with this man that is already here. So he has given us advice on how best to live as a student. So, did you have anything to say or any question to ask him on that regard before I summarize?
The question that I have is how to how to
Put it anyhow, we'll understand.
things that you experience in the school session.
He's trying to ask
Okay,
you
thanks.
your experiences and also how you were able to overcome them, because you don't tell me that there is no ugly experience you've had and you were able to conquer. What are these experiences and how did you conquer them?
I have had many challenges here in school. Oh. When I was in, that was my 200 level. I was heading down to the hostel side. There was a few guys that stopped me that see, I should join courtism, so that I will have
By force.
this one, I will be that one, I will conquer everything. I'll even find some lecturers with, yes, they were telling me things about courtism here, that you will fuck all kind of women you want here in campus. So I told them I can't join. The other one said it's a must that I must join them. Oh. That if I don't want them to dream me, that I should bring 15,000 naira, they won't dream me. So I told them
want
that
to open office on your
they
head.
want to open office. So I was like telling them that my main aim here in school is not to join courtism, but let me go and think about it, that I'll get back to them. So they have to like tell me to give them my number. So I gave them fake number that is not going through. So they told me that where am I staying? So I told them one kind of lodge that doesn't exist here in Absu. So they said like they would like to see me. So advice I'm giving to students is like there are some people that in the sense that they will meet immediately. They'll even convince that person. The person might join immediately. So I'm the kind of person you can't convince me immediately,
But
because
I have a
I know.
question.
Yeah.
In a situation like, because I can remember back then in secondary school, some idiots accosted me back then because I was the brother then. So they were like trying to threaten me by force that I should join courtis then.
Secondary
School, yeah.
Secondary school.
Secondary school.
Wow.
So I was like, it made me say I went off that school and I changed school. So in a situation like this, and here is the university, because you can't because of your fellow human being and change university. So in a situation like this now, if they might maybe, God forbid, it's not our portion, like they walk up to us and they kind of threatening us. Now if we not join, they will do us so what can we do in a situation like this? Shall we report them to the lecturer or what?
See, in a situation like that, you mark their face, report them to the school security. If they are trying to threaten you more, you report to, if you have the moral, you report to the Senate immediately.
But you know, with that, your life is at stake.
Yes, I know. Yeah, but let me tell you, in the sense that you don't want them to, come or do anything.
Molest you.
Yes,
Yeah.
you just do it in a way that you get their pictures, like the pictures of their face. Then you like report to the school security. Yeah, or you report to anybody around the school.
That is reporting them is the best.
Is the best thing. Yeah, reporting them is the best thing. Yeah.
Okay, I think I need to come in here.
Okay.
My brother,
Sir.
that's a very sensitive question that requires a sensitive answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay? I know what taught me respect a lot. I think the best thing here is how do you stay without them coming in the first place? How are you going to package yourself? How are you going to put on your steps? Be able to scare them away in the first place. That should be your main focus. Number one thing you have to do is you know yourself. You know what you want to be. Do you want to be a cultist?
No, not really.
You don't want to be a cultist, right?
Yes, sir.
That is it. Now, someone that doesn't want to be a cultist has a life to live. Okay? This world we are into are full of evil. That you must belong somewhere. You must belong somewhere. If you are not anywhere, anything can happen. You understand?
Yeah.
Take for instance, there is maybe a valuable property here. Okay, it doesn't belong to me. It doesn't belong to you. anybody can come and pick it.
Yeah,
You
that's
will not
true.
talk.
Yeah, that's true.
But if that valuable property belongs to me
Someone.
or you or someone,
Mm.
nobody can take it. Once
Yeah.
you come, you see somebody that will come
It's
after
my
and
own.
say, it's my own.
Yeah, that's true. That
Now,
makes sense.
you have to allow someone to own you
Okay.
so that even when another person is coming, you have someone that
To
is
back
fighting
you up.
for you,
Yeah.
backing you up. You understand?
Yeah.
For instance, where do you worship?
In this school?
No, you are just coming now. You don't have a place
Yeah,
of worship
yeah,
yet.
yeah, yeah.
Where do you worship? Your family?
Assemblies of God Church.
Assemblies of God Church. Good. Assemblies of God Church, just like every other church, they have a fellowship in school. Okay, they belong to. So you remember I said before that you must have to belong somewhere,
Somewhere.
but it must not be called in court.
Yeah.
Now, I want to believe that Assemblies of God Church, they have a fellowship they call castle.
Okay.
Even though I cannot really remember the full meaning of that castle, but the acronym is castle.
Yeah.
That fellowship, I think, belongs to the Assemblies of God Church. Just like we have a Catholic fellowship, Nine
They
First.
have the lost streets in here.
Yes, all the churches, they have campus fellowship. And peradventure, your church is a new generation church that doesn't have any fellowship in school. We have non-denominational
Okay.
or interdenominational fellowship like Scripture Union,
Yeah, Scripture Union.
Nine First. And you can as well join other ones if your church doesn't have. Now, when you belong there, they will teach you a lot of things. University is Mahadum. You have to know all. Marahadum, thank you. You have to know many things, especially positive things. By the time you belong there, in your school, you have timetable, you have time to read, you have time to study. Free time, you have fellowship time, you go there. When a cultist comes to you, for instance, you don't shut up your mouth. You don't use harsh tone. You are not aggressive. Hello, how are you? How may I help you? The next thing is, are you not born again? Don't you know that Jesus loves you? Oh my God, this word Jesus scares everything away. In the court those days, when we want to tap two men to join our court, to present Jesus to us, we will be convinced, even the God they serve in the court respects Jesus. So they will be convinced that this one is no-go area. Are you getting it? Yeah. This one is no-go area. No, it's no-go area. Don't just go to him at all. So what I'm saying is that you belong to Jesus and give your life to Christ. He protects his own, he guides his own, he provides for his own, he leads his own. You understand? So there will be no room for going for club, going for worldly things where you'll be exposed to them. You understand? And so the some of the other thing is you must be born again. That's it. You understand? Yeah. So and then you maintain focus. Mind your friends. Tell me your friends. I'll show you who you are.
Yeah.
So when your friends are your fellowship members, your course mates, they read and write. I think this session is fruitful with my friends out there, and I want to say a very big thank you for spending time with Vision Savers TV. And I want to pray for you that in this school where you have come, you graduate alive.
Amen.
You graduate and nothing will stop you.
Amen.
Amen.
And I pray for you that you will be useful in the society.
Amen.
You will not be a victim of cultism.
Amen.
In the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
Thank you for having time with Vision Savers TV.
Thank you so much. I have something to say to the post-CME students here.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Okay, my name still remains Owobina Victor. I'm a student of marketing final year. I'm wishing all post-CME students success in their exams.
Amen.
I pray that they come out successfully and happy today. They should write very well. Here in APSU is nice. It's fun to be here in Abia State University too. They are, in terms of academics, they are good and excellent. You know, that's badge, excellence and service. Here is more of excellence and service. So I'm wishing everybody here, CME students, success. You guys should write well and make a good result. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Happy.
Good morning. Welcome to Vision Savers TV.
Good morning.
My name is Emmanuel Uche.
My name is Kimba Suffering.
It's my pleasure meeting you, Kemba.
Thank you very
Okay, I have
much.
some few questions for you.
Okay.
So please do go straight to the point.
Okay.
Are you a cultist?
No, I'm not a cultist.
But you're a student of this school.
Yes, sir.
Wow, how come you're not a cultist as a student? I thought maybe when you entered the university that you must be a cultist. Is it true?
No, absolutely no.
Wow, that's good.
Yes, because there's some things you have to look into. Why being admitted here, there's two things to have in mind.
Two things to have in mind. Okay, one.
Yes, your priority here.
Okay, go ahead.
What's your priority here? Are you here for jamboree or are you here for studying? So the next one is you look at the background where you came from. Are they doing this? My people at home, are they partaking in this act? So these two things.
So what will my people say?
Yes. If I join this, what will be the results at the end? So you have to consider all these things before making any decision. And you know that your priority here is to study and have a good result and live here at that 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. which you was admitted here.
Wow, that's good. That's good. I'm so happy for you. So throughout your stay in school, you are in your final year, right?
No, I've graduated already.
Oh, you are done.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
you're just rounding off your project
my
and all
project
that.
and everything, yeah.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good.
Yeah.
So now, how were you able to cope from year one, year two, year three, your fourth year? Did you have any encounter with them? Is there anything like an encounter with them?
Yes. To be sincere, um, it's not easy to be here.
Okay.
In Apple. But at the first place, you have to put God first.
Okay.
In my year one, it wasn't easy for me. So we tried all out. Then we was living in the hostel. So things choked up, if not the grace of God. In year two, forces started coming, manipulation everywhere.
Okay.
But I thank God that at the last,
You're able to
yes,
pass through the whole
overcome
challenges.
those things. Those
And now you are
challenges.
a graduate waiting to write off your project.
Yes.
Okay, what advice you have to give to this one out there? They came today to write the aptitude test.
Yes.
Probably they don't know what the school environment looks like. What advice you have for them? How would they be able to graduate without having any issue, especially the issue of cultism and other social vices?
Okay. At the first place, I have to say something because they used to say that show me your friend and I will tell you who you are.
Okay.
So one advice that I'm giving to them is that let them know how to associate with people, know the kind of people that you mingle with, both in your lodge and both in your hostel, and make sure that you go to church. Make sure that you join one group or evangelism group, so that they will be giving you advices in daily basis.
Okay.
The church will direct you in some certain things to do. That's one thing they told us when we was here at the first day. They draw a map, a triangular map for us. They told us that your activities must be in this triangular form. Or have from church, that's from your hostel to church, from your hostel to school, from school to church, from church back to your hostel.
Wow.
So those things, so that terminology can even help you to make sure that you achieve your.
That was actually a guide for you.
Yes, a guide.
Okay.
And you make sure that you read hard. You know that you are here to read, not to do other things. You are here to read. You focus on that in which your parents send you to, and make sure that their money will not be a waste.
Okay, finally, which fellowship do you belong to?
Okay, I'm an AG member, Assemblies of God Church Nigeria.
Assemblies of God Church Nigeria. Do they have a fellowship or that church in school? Is it a kind of fellowship?
No, it's a church.
Okay.
That's the first church in Absu.
Okay, the first church in Absu. Assemblies of God
Yes,
Church.
the first church
It's not like kind of Assemblies of God campus fellowship.
No, it's Assemblies of God Church Absu chapter.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. You are involved in the activities, and because of that, you are not able to, expose yourself to where you'll be involved in cultism.
Yes, we do go both midweek program. Saturday we go to the church and do. Then I was in one wing like that.
Okay.
We do decoration, arrange the church for the service. So another
That's good.
thing
That's good.
we
That's
have to
good.
both there's a place we call bush house where you go and pray and God will hear you. So those things if you can be able to measure with those things and focus is very important. For a goal to be achieved, there are some things you have to look into.
Okay.
I read management. When we come to management, that four things we look to. You have to plan, organize, coordinate, and control. When you don't plan, you can't organize. You
Okay.
have to plan first.
Plan,
Yes, you
organize,
organize, coordinate,
coordinate,
and control.
and
Yes,
control. Well,
these are things you have to look into.
thank you for having you at Vision Savers TV. Please, our viewers out there, you have from him, especially these ones that are writing happy tests today. You have to be focused. You have to look for a fellowship and join. Otherwise, you are prone to all these dangers. You never can tell when they will come. But because you are in this and you're guided, believe me, God will see you through the way He saw our brother too. Thank you for saying.
Thank you very much.
You're
I'm
welcome.
grateful. I'm
All right.
grateful.
All
Thank
right.
you, sir.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Good morning. Welcome to Vision Savers TV. My name is Emmanuel Uche Obase.
Good morning.
What's your name?
Education Edu Sinclair.
Education Edu.
Sinclair.
Okay, Sinclair. Are you a student of this school?
I'm a student of this school, but I graduated.
Oh,
That should be like I graduated 2017 to 18.
oh, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
What are you doing in school today?
No, I came to look out for my junior sister that got writing the post.
Okay, she's writing today.
Yes.
Wow, that's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, that will introduce us to the next question, which is so much important, and our viewers are watching and they want to learn from you.
Okay.
Are you a cultist?
No, not at all.
Throughout your school days, you are not involved in cultism.
No.
What's your secret? Because some persons believe that a young guy like us,
Yeah.
that nothing good can come out from us. Once we are, especially with this kind of beers and all that, and you are tired, you put on your cap that this guy cannot be innocent. But I know it's not true. So we are here to let them know. And also the ones out there, for them to learn as well. Because like your sister and like I came with my own niece, and others came with their children, and some came with their brothers and sisters and all that.
Yeah.
Especially these ones that are writing that test, they need to be guided. The aim of this is for them to learn from our own mistake. Yes, so that they will be guided. They know how we're able to make it and come out in flying colors without being involved in any form of social vices like cultism, thuggery, indecency, rape, ritual abuse, and all that.
Yeah.
So, how are you able to? But before you say that, I think we need to go for a short break and we'll be back shortly. Thank you. Welcome back to Vision Savers TV. We are still on the topic how best to stay in school without being involved in social vices. So, can you advise us? What's your secret?
All right. Thank you very much for this opportunity to at least talk out to the people. So like I said earlier, my name is Education Sinclair, and this is my, should I call it, alma mater. I graduated
Yes.
from biochemistry. So how I was able to, not to join the court was from I was raised up from a very cultured family, like a family that was Christian-based family.
Okay.
But apart from being just a Christian, I understood some things like I knew that I knew what is good and what is bad. Like every person know what is good and what is bad. So I had to choose what is good because I want the best for myself.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like I didn't see cultism or I didn't see where to enter. If I wanted to enter, I would have entered. If I wanted to join, I would have joined. But now I regard the whole situation, I regard what is around, I regard the future because what we are doing right now, the present we are living now is for the betterment of the future.
Okay.
So I saw that cultism was irrelevant. It was very irrelevant. Why? Because it leads to nowhere. Just the 4 years or maybe the 5 years that maybe an individual or a student will come to this school to be a student, you come and start joining cultists. It's of no good because it has no endpoint.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
good. I think I pick a point from there. You know, these children, they don't really know that their stay in this school is just a limited number of years, 4 years, 5 years, or higher 7 years.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But because of maybe a mere intimidation or whatsoever, you now become a cultist. After 4 years, you are now you see yourself there in the world.
Yeah.
You don't know how to face them because you are a cultist. You are not paying attention to your studies and all that. So that's a very good point you've made. 4 years, no, 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 it doesn't worth it at all. Wow, that's good. So, what advice do you have for that new intake today that came to write that post UTME exam? What advice do you have for that person?
The advice I have to the young ones that are coming into school, as in the various schools in Nigeria, um, I would advise you not to join cult because, like, it is of no relevance. Let me tell you something. When I got into year one, I have friends who actually joined that cultism and all that.
Okay.
They live their life recklessly because one of the things is that you will always not be steady with your education. You will not be steady. You will never be steady. So far as you have joined, you will not be steady.
Because there is an extra activity added to the ones you have.
Yes,
Because courts have their own activities
they have
too.
their activity, and they will always want you to work with them.
Yes.
So
That is the extra activity
it will,
that is not relevant.
yeah, it will pull you out away from being concentrated to what you came here to do. What you are coming here in school to do is basically to come and read, gain knowledge. Even knowledge is not only about what they're teaching in class. Also, some other varieties of things.
Yes.
You will learn how to stay with people. You will learn how to confront challenges because when you
Yes.
go out there, I bet you cultism will not help you. The people that you are courtising with them or all that, if you think maybe it's for maybe you come into courtism, maybe you think the people will help you, they will secure you in school, you are wasting time because barely is just 4 years, and when you graduate, those people will leave you. And now what will happen is
That's
that
if you even graduate alive.
yes, and what will happen is that when you now go out of the world, you will see a whole different face. It's a whole different thing altogether. Then you now start saying that I cannot. I need money. I need this. What can I do? But you will see that all those 4 years that you were in courtism, you were just wasting it. I had someone who was advising me, a graduate, when I was in year one. He was advising me this same thing I'm trying to advise the world. He was telling me that I should not join court and all that. But he was a cultist. Why? I learned from what he said because it is from, they say, learn from others' mistake.
Yes.
Your own might be so like depressed on you. You just have to learn on from others. So it is good that you don't join cultism. The best and the blessed way for you not to join any cultism or anything is to join the church. I know even right inside the church they are also cultists. Yes, they go to church. Everybody's in church. All kinds of people are in church. Though they are in the church to mend themselves. But you that you are aspiring to go in to cultism and all that, please, it's on self will. You have to on your own tell yourself that I don't want this thing. Look at what I want. This is what my future will want to be. So you have to follow it Christ-like. You have to live a Christ-like way so that you won't or join all this. But they are nothing. All this nothing come out from it. Nothing. I'll bet you that nothing come out from it. You graduate with nothing. Even they promise you this and that. There's nothing that comes out from you. You come out, all those your friends they will leave you. Some will even travel out. Some if you are somebody that because if you are somebody that maybe you have a brighter future, but due to that cultism and all that, you will see that you lose vision.
That is it.
You will lose vision from all those things. I believe that maybe we going out there, everybody has his own destiny. But I bet you, I let me just go to this dimension spiritually. And if you see, cultism is one of the ways Satan destroy humans. Yes,
Yes. Yes. You're
cultism
correct.
is one of the. It is. If I go spiritually, cultism is one of the ways. If he wants to destroy you, he will use cultism. And when you come into cultism, there are things that you will see inside. Influence on smoking and all that. And while you start smoking, you become addicted. you will start seeing that you might be thinking that it's normal. It is not normal. Physical eye will tell you it is normal, but spiritual eye will tell you that
It's
it
not
is not
normal.
normal. You understand? So
Yes.
you have to govern yourself. That's why I say you should follow it spiritually. While you are in school, you should always follow it spiritually. You should follow it spiritually because all these physical things that we see all are governed by the spiritual realm. You come to courtesy, you think is maybe somebody
It's
come and meet
ordinary.
you. No, no, no. It was governed somehow to come and meet you, so it destroys your destiny. You get
Yes,
my point? It
yes,
destroys your
yes,
destiny. So there is
yes.
no need for it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You really hit the main point. Thank you. It's good having you in Vision Servers TV. Thank you.
Right.
Viewers, you heard it from him. It doesn't pay to be a cultist. It pays nothing, nothing at all. So say no to cultism. Can you tell somebody out there to say no to cultism? Say no to cultism. My name is Emmanuel Uche Obazisa. Please, what's your name?
My name is Chineche Mazi.
Chinechelem Isaac Okereke. You're welcome to Vision Servers TV here in Abia State University, Uturu. So we want to ask you a few questions based on what is happening here today. Are you a student?
Yeah, but I just graduated from the Faculty of Economics and Management Science. I studied economics. I graduated this January.
In this particular school, here we are.
Yeah, Abia State.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, this one you're here today. Are you for? You brought someone to write the post-UTME exam.
Yeah, my brother, he came to write for CTM.
Okay. Now, I want to ask again. Throughout your days in school, thank God you're not a graduate. Did you have any encounter with cultism or this cult group? Or let me put it this way: are you a cultist?
No,
No.
I'm not a cultist, but talking about encountering them, yeah, it's normal. As a year one that time, I'm a kind of person that I dress well.
Okay. You
I
dress
dress
well.
And they like people that dress well. And then when they see that you look good, yes, they will like you. They will be like, "How are you?" Like they will come close to you. They will want to know you more. Then from knowing you, being friends, then they will not tell you their real mind, what they had in mind or what they
Yes.
have in mind for you.
Wow, that's very, very interesting. So you now join. Okay, you say you are not one of them. You didn't join them. They approached you and you did not succumb to their request.
Okay, that was because let me say my 100 level, I didn't stay. I stayed inside school. That was hostel.
Okay.
So it was now when I moved to outside school, I lodged. Like I was not living in the lodge. So yes, they approached me several times. But due to me now knowing where I came from, then I had to say no because I already promised my mom that no, something like that I'm not going to do it. So each time they
Why
come,
did, sorry, why did you promise your mom?
Because-
Is it did she ask you or she was encouraging you,
because
advising
even
you not to?
before I left for school,
Okay.
they already told me, nwa m agbakwana court, agbakwana ndị otu nzuzo,
Okay.
emekwala ihe gị, all those advice.
Yes,
So
wow,
I
that's
will,
good.
they will, so and those things they were still right here.
She saw it ahead of time and she decided to guide you.
And then I listened to
You listened to her
and
instruction.
yeah.
Now, there's somebody out there, especially among these new ones that have just written their post-UTME exam. By this time, in a few months' time, obviously they will become year one students, and they are prone to all these intimidations and the approach to be like one of them or so.
Yeah.
I would want you to tell us how you were able to resist the pressure, because I know the thing sometimes do come with pressure and threat and all that.
Actually, I wouldn't say it was easy because during my 200 level, I think I can remember very well. We were about 5 friends. So in our 100 level, these 5 friends they joined sports. 2 of them joined. So and these people were coming for them. So me now, I saw what was happening. Like I saw what was happening. Their parents will send them money. So that money they have to divide it into 2. Pay for what they call semester dues and blah 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 blah.
And it
what
was,
they call semester dues
yes,
in their department, in their faculty.
in the court something, they caught something.
In the court, in the
Yes.
secret court where they belong, they have a dues called semester dues.
That's what they were paying. So me now, I was seeing what was happening. So this is my year one that I was experiencing this. So during my 200 level, I was now in the lodge. So these people, they came, they approached me and one of my other friends. So even when they were telling us, they will convince you, they will be telling you that this is not a bad thing, that in fact their girls will be tripping, their girls will like you, anything you want, like they will convince you, they will sweet talk you so that you will just join. But the thing is that if you actually know what you want, like I said, knowing where you are coming from, if you actually know what you want, you will be able to resist them by, you give them excuse now. Let you think about it. Let you think about it. So when you tell them like that, maybe 2-3 times, they will themselves within themselves, they will know that this person is not serious. If they see you tomorrow, they will not ask you again. Highest, they will be like, Alpha now, maybe make you find them something or money, all those kind of
Become beggars.
that's what they will now be doing. So if you give them one or two, then if they ask it all time, you not give them again, they will not ask you again.
Okay. So
that
there was
how
no
for me.
atom of threat.
No, they did
You
not
must
threaten
join
me.
us. If you don't join us, you will destroy, you will do this, you do that. They did not
They did not
you
threaten me.
because
Why
you
they did
handle
not?
the whole thing with wisdom.
Yes, and why they did not threaten me? You know, most times we are the ones that use our hand to cause trouble for ourselves.
Okay.
Depending on how we dress, depending on kind of speech we use, and depending on kind of signs we use during when we are snapping picture, because there is something you will do. They will tell you that you've priced sheep according to them.
You don't price, who price must pay.
Yes, and when you start doing all those things, that's when the threat comes, because you are already doing their sign when you are not one of them. So for you to be showing the signs and all that things and dressing where, because there's what you wear, they will tell you this belongs to them. Me, I don't know. They'll tell you this particular one belongs to them.
Belongs to them.
So for you to
the one you bought with your money.
Yes, for you to be wearing all those things now, you have to join them. Then if you don't want to join them now, you have to stop putting on those things or showing their signs. So from there, if you don't stop, that's where the threat will come in. But me, I tried as much as possible to avoid all those things.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm so happy you became a graduate without being involved into secret cult. Thank you so much. And one more thing, your brother, your friends, and others that wrote happy test today, just like I said earlier on, tomorrow they will see themselves in school. What is that particular advice you have for them?
What I would say is that we all know where we are coming from. We all came from a home, and when you are coming from your home, you know how your home is. So you should know that there is a reason and a purpose why you are here.
Yes.
And that's what you should focus on. You know that you came to this place to read and learn. You pass through the school will pass through you. You learn, then you get your degree, which is what the main purpose why you are here.
You here.
Then you have to focus on what you came for. Then every other thing that will bring distraction, avoid it.
Thank you so much for your input in the fight against social vices, especially cultism. We really appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I want you to help me to shout it out there and say no to cultism. Let's go. Say no to cultism. Say it again. Say no to cultism.
Thank you for staying tuned to Vision Servers TV. Hope you enjoyed the responses from the parents and the students. We'll be glad if the parents and the students watching, the incoming, will take the advices and the responses they got serious. Learn from them. They will help you. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button. It's free. Like and share. Stay tuned. On our next video update, you'll be seeing a sensitization program at Legacy High School, Omahia, Abia State. Today, 21st October. Thank you so much for staying tuned.